We profit from having so different slates here. So having that rich heritage of different slates, which had been tropical sea-ground soils 400 million years old, giving the Riesling such a beautiful taste, we decided not to speak about Riesling, but to speak about the soils, which are the identity, and Riesling is just the medium to bring the taste of the ground into the glass. So we communicate soils. Our work, our job is to try to give a voice to the soil, not to kill what the Riesling grape brings as grapes into our farm, into our winery. Not to kill this and let the natural processes run to show the identity of the vineyard. I'm not interested in making the best tasting wine. This is something which is in the spirit of the industrial time 100 years ago. To make it bigger, to make more, to make it better taste in blind tasting, get Parker pints. You know, we consider wine not to be an industrial product which can be judged by points and by weight and by objectives. It's what's objectively better, Beethoven or Mozart. You will give more points to Roy Lichtenstein or to Richter or whatever. You know, if we consider wine to be a piece of culture, we have to accept that the measuring of industrial goods will not be suitable for measuring culture. So culture is more something like gentleman agreement. We say this wine is a good wine. This winemaker is someone who has really bones, who has, I don't know, we have a good feeling what he does. We are working like in the Middle Age. We are working by hand. We have 2,500 to 2,800 hours work per hectare, men work or ladies work mostly. So it's no, we are working in the way, we are seriously working in the way that my grandfather did, because we don't have that machines for nothingness. You know, when people come in and say, oh, it's so steep and how much work you have, and I say, I'm happy for having that much work, because I'm producing a product that's no place in the world can be reproduced. So I'm a very lucky man.
And we have an old German saying, des Winzers Schritt düngt den Weinberg mit. And it means the step of a wine farmer is something like a fertilizing the soil. Many wine farmers are getting old and they cannot do the hard work, and they don't have the right price for the wine, and so they cannot pay for workers, and then they will go, no. And then they ask me, you want to take over? I said, sorry, but we are full. We have enough to work on, and we have enough to live on, and so we cannot take all the Mosel steep slope fields under our control. That's not the way. But maybe all over the world are young people looking for a good a job with sense and heart. They can come, and the potential is very high here.
Yes, and we founded our winery in 2005. We are not from the Mosel Valley, no, Konstantin not, he is from Bavaria and I'm from Franconia. All over the world you can make very, very good wines, but the Mosel region is a highlight of making light and filigran Riesling, and that's why we are here. And the region is something very special. The Romans and even more years and seculars behind us, they made wine here, and the history is so very interesting for winemaking, and that's why we decided to start here with our winery. Maybe you know that only about 20 kilometers from here they want and will build a high bridge that affects a lot of vineyards of our colleagues, and those ideas have nothing to do with what we have talked about now. That is something, people build that bridge without thinking of what the ambiental effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's, for example, that affects the water in the soil, and so nobody knows right now if the microclimate of that affected vineyards will change, and how the effects will really be on the grapes, and so that is something we with our Klitzekleiner, we also want that people think about how we can preserve that ambiental of the Mosel region.
It's a winery from my parents. If you are born here, and we are born in this village, you live it, you have your roots, my roots are here, like the roots from our Riesling in the vineyards, and this is the reason why we do that here.
Yes, because of the bridge there we cut a lot of vineyards, because it's a very big building, and it definitely changed the way the valley looks, because such a big building, you can't oversee it.
Yes, I started as a young guy here in the restaurant. I was 8, 9 years old, and my father was a butcher, and from his family, his father was a hotel manager, and he had got a hotel. So that was in my father's blood also, to make a hotel and a restaurant, and now the same is in the son. The bridge will not change the things what are going on every day here. The bridge, you will see this bridge if you drive to this part of the river. It's 2 kilometers. You will see the bridge. Now, if you see it, you can think about it. Do you find it good or not? I think a lot of people don't find it good, but the bridge is still there, will be there. Yes, the quality of wine, if you ask special winemakers in the region Krach, Welen, Bernkastel, if you ask them, they will say yes, because the water is flowing up on the mountain, and it's not going into the vineyards. And I cannot describe this is good for the wine or not, but I think there's something changing because of the highways over the mountain there.
And I'm 25 years now in the business. When I started, I had been starting in a time when the wines had been on the bottom of the reputation. We lost everything. So what happened in the last 25 years? We see that Riesling had been gaining back its reputation. It is recognized again as a noble varietal. That was for a long time not the case anymore. It was only recognized as cheap and sweet. But Riesling definitely gained back a wonderful reputation. But then we have now this, what everybody's talking about, is this massive bridge they are going to build in Würzburg over the Mosel. I think it's the second highest bridge in Germany or whatever. But I think what's more influential is the motorway, which is going towards the bridge, because it's just going above the rim of the best vineyards of the whole Middle Mosel. And here what we are afraid of is, if you take off the forest, which is above the vineyards, which was always told to us, is the water reservoir to the vineyards. If this forest is taken off and you put a giant motorway through it, you basically seal off, you know, the area. Water can't drain into the forest anymore. Water is drained away. And here we still don't have any answer from the government. There have been no research done yet, or whatever. We asked what will be the impact in the future, because that's true with the global weather change or global warming. We do have possibly more an influence of the rainfall. No, we have like 2003, a vintage which was very, very low in rainfall, and if this will be in the future more the case, how much, and that is our question, how much will this affect our way of dry farming? And we all believe in dry farming. We don't want to arrogate, because I think we all think that dry farming is making better wines, you know. And as I said, I was very fortunate, you know, to inherit top vineyard sites. We have 6 top Grand Cru vineyard sites, first growth vineyard sites here along the Middle Mosel. And if you look to the whole area, I think especially the Middle Mosel is the most intact wine growing region of the whole Mosel so far, you know. That makes it even more frustrating, and the most intact area with the highest concentration of first growth vineyards, you know. Here they installed this stupid motorway with this stupid bridge, you know. I mean, you know, not in an area where the vineyards are already gone. They put it just there where everything is still perfect. We don't need subsidies, you know. We can still be profitable and successful our own. And here they put this stupid bridge and motorway in, you know. And that makes you even more angry, you know.